Hi, dear cricket fans, subscribers, and friends of Cricket Happenings. Welcome to your regular edition of Cricket Happenings today. What are we going to look at today is there is a record for the fastest half century which was done in Australia. It was held by David Hooks, the former Australian batsman. As you know, if anyone doesn't know, probably doesn't know, the youngsters might not be knowing about David Hooks, the former Australian batsman. He was a very aggressive bat. He was a very gutsy bat. He used to go there and guts it out. And there was the battering ram of the West Indian pace ball was actually holding sway at that time. And David Hooks was never a person to flinch. He used to take the ballers head on and hit them for fours and sixes. And whenever he comes to the crease, there was a sort of an entertainment value for the spectators, because he used to go just berserk, hitting them through the line and hitting all sorts of stroke, orthodox and unorthodox. And he was a very dangerous batsman because he could get very quick runs. And he used to play for South Australia. Now, and was, as I said, he was a very, very gutsy player. But and he had a record in his name from 1991. He set that record. He actually hit the fastest half century in the domestic cricket in Australia, where he actually got a half century of just 21 deliveries. Now, and that was standing in his name till yesterday. That is, you can understand, till 2011, 8th of February. But well, and another thing is David Hooks is the former and he's the late David Hooks, because he passed away at an young age, unfortunately, and he was a good commentator too, once upon a time for Australia. Well, he didn't do much of international matches, but definitely he just probably he had given some commentary. If I'm yes, he was a commentator for the Australian domestic cricket probably. Well, this takes me back here, and what has happened is the news that I have. Why I'm starting with this is because this is a good record for Australia in domestic cricket, where a young person by the name Glenn Maxwell actually took his team to victory by breaking the 1991 record of David Hooks, which was a fastest half century by an Australian in domestic cricket of 21 balls. He actually eclipsed that record yesterday, and he blasted the fastest half century in Australia, where he hit the half century of just 19 deliveries. So David Hooks' record was put in shade today, and Glenn Maxwell was the hero there, taking Tasmania. He took Victoria to victory. Victoria actually made 259 for 9, with Wade making 67. Glenn Maxwell was the hero there, who actually made 61. He made this 61 of just 27 deliveries. Well, he took Victoria home. Actually, Victoria went for victory over Tasmania by 1 wicket. This was in the domestic one-day international which is going on in Australia. And Tasmania replied with 6 for 258. Mark Crossgrove, the opener, made 120. Rob Bailey made 107. As you know, Bailey has played for the IPL. He made 107. But, well, it was all in vain. 2 centuries. But Victoria, by virtue of Glenn Maxwell blasting the fastest half century in domestic Australian cricket history, took them home. Well, that is some news. The other World Cup news that I can cover today, as far as World Cup 2011 is concerned. Now, the injury problems have been something which has been dogging all the players from most of the teams. And now the other person to join the list is from Pakistan, where Sohail Tanvir, who didn't do so well against New Zealand, he actually came back from his injury. But, well, he has been deemed unfit for the World Cup. And a 21-year-old left-arm fast bowler from Pakistan, Junaid Khan, gets a lucky chance for World Cup 2011. And I'm told the former player and the selector, Iqbal Qasim, as you know, was a left-arm spinner. He has said that Junaid Khan is showing a lot of promise. He has lots of pace, and he has done well in the domestic cricket too. So he definitely merits a chance. So lucky for Junaid Khan, and wish him good luck there. So the other, and Sohail Tanvir, let me tell you, his bowling was not really up to the mark in New Zealand. But as far as batting was concerned, he was an asset because he was an all-rounder. So Sohail Tanvir, very unfortunately, I will have to say this, injury problems have been dogging him right through his career, and that is not something good for Sohail Tanvir. Sohail Tanvir was really, when he came in, he was really touted as a very good all-rounder for Pakistan, with a round-arm bowling action that he has, a very unorthodox bowling action. But, well, that's all over. Sohail Tanvir is going to miss the World Cup 2011. And the other news that I have is that Muttiah Muralidharan, the spinner, the Sri Lankan famed leg spinner who holds the one-day international record for most wickets and also in test matches, would be trying to coach the Australians there, the Brisbane Centre of Excellence. Probably those negotiations are going on, the former Sri Lankan spinner. Well, dear cricket fans, I don't have much to share today. It's a very, very short report, but as I said, Glenn Maxwell from Victoria was the one who went to the fastest half century in Australian domestic cricket by slamming a half century of just 19 deliveries, eclipsing the late David Hook's record, which stood in 91-92, which was set in 91-92. It was a 50 of 21 balls, has been eclipsed. That's it, dear cricket fans, subscribers and friends for Cricket Happenings. This is your host, Ram, signing off. Thank you.